Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we have a release of a very fun, anticipated little product. We actually just heard about it the other day. It's coming out officially, I think in a week or so, but it had a quickie release and I was able to pick it up. And this is the brand new Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez Positive Light Under Eye Brightener. That's a mouthful. Interestingly enough, to accompany this release by Rare, Tarte also released an under eye brightener that can be used in a few multiple ways, and I've got that on the way too. So look out for that review coming, and we'll compare them when the Tarte gets here. But for right now, we just have the Rare Beauty under eye brightener to talk about. We're going to try it a few different ways and give it a wear test. This little guy is $24. It will come when it is more widely available in 6 shades, and the shades are done by skin tone. I chose the light medium. When there's a light medium on offer, that is always my go-to choice, and it was a very good shade choice. You'll see as we try it on. This is a liquid. It is light coverage with a radiant finish, and it promises not to crease or cake. This little guy, you'll see when we apply it in the demo, can be worn a few different ways. It can be worn alone or over your concealer. So this is not a color corrector that would go under concealer. This is a brightener. It can go alone if you're going for a really light makeup look, and we are going to use it alone today. But if you're really having some dark circles or something that you want to cover up, you can put a regular concealer on under it and this over. It has a cool tip metal applicator, and we'll talk about that more in the demo. But as you see, you would expect a normal doe foot, but this is a nice metal applicator that makes it cooling, depuffs and de-stresses the eye area. You know, those are popular for under eye areas, and it is very, very nice. Now you can put on a few dots and then tap them in with your finger to blend. You can use a brush, as we'll be doing today, or for a little more coverage, you could even take either the metal tip and kind of glide the product that way, or the brush and glide it that way. Depends how much coverage, and it can be built. The other thing that this can be used for, since it has a slightly radiant finish, a little bit, it's a little natural, I think, but the brand says it goes radiant. It can also be used to kind of lift the face and apply to the high points of the cheek and maybe above the eyes, maybe even right here on the lips, just as something that will brighten and lift the features of the face. Not a highlight as such, but certainly a brightener, and we will try it. You're getting a little sneak peek, but I'll do one side of the face and then the other in the demo. So will this be the year of the under eye brightener? My goodness, we'll have to see, with 2 starting out already at the end of December. I guess the sky is the limit. We'll have to see, but let's give this a try right now, and then let's do a wear test until the afternoon when I can release this video. Stay right there. Okay, well, let's try this, shall we? As I mentioned, I have the light medium here, and if you notice, I do have makeup on. Now this can go on alone, just for a kind of no makeup look, and I have very light makeup on today, or for a little bit, you know, those days, some days we just need all the help we can get, right? You can go over a concealer rather than, say, a color corrector, which would traditionally go under a concealer, right? Because it turns green or kind of orange. This is just a brightener. So we're going to actually try it alone. So what I've done is I have the Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez skin tint on, so very light makeup, and I used a teeny bit of concealer just around my nose that gets red because I have allergies. Could something like this, you know, most eye correctors could also be used all over the face. We're going to use this more as a highlighter in parts of the face. I don't know that I would use it where I would use a traditional concealer necessarily around the nose or on blemishes. Hey, it's worth experimenting with, certainly, but today we're going to use it under the eyes and maybe just to brighten up the high points of the cheek, okay? So let's start with this side of the face first. Let this be our example, and if you look in right here, let me give you an unflattering side view, I get dark here. Okay, and I get sunken in eyes. So let's give it a try. Very little makeup on. Funny, you expect this to have a doe foot, but remember, it has the metal tip for soothing, and I can go ahead and dot this, and then I can pat it, and there's literally nothing under my eyes. Maybe a little bit of skin tint, but nothing under my eyes. And let's see if this brightens. So I can go ahead and use my finger, but I think I'm going to use this Sonia G Fusion brush right here to just kind of tap it in. And for a little bit more coverage, you can also do this, okay? And I could have done that also with the metal tip if I wanted to do a a little bit more cooling. Now, generally I wouldn't do my eye makeup first, but for the sake of this video, I did. All right, let's see what we think. Very, very bright. Definitely got the right shade. It's pretty easy to pick your shade. There's not too many, only what, 6, right? Okay, well, very light layer. We'll do another layer, shall we? Very light layer under this eye and nothing under this eye. Let me turn again to the side so you can see that kind of darkness. And I did run it up the side there. This eye has nothing. Should we do a little more, maybe? Supposedly it's buildable. I don't see it caking or anything like that. I definitely see a brightening under this eye. Okay. I'm going to put a little more again on the inside. I'm turning to the side so you can see. And as it wears off the wand, you can also kind of use the wand to just kind of cool under the eye. But to me, that's starting to put on a little bit too much product. So I'm just going to go back to either fingertips or, in this case, a brush. But because I really want to brighten and have a little bit more coverage, because I am not putting this over a concealer, I could. But in this example, I'm not. I'm going to go, rather than tap, I'm going to smooth it like that. But, you know, certainly you have your choice. And then maybe just tap with the warmth of my finger. There's something to be said. You know, you're supposed to use this finger, by the way. Do as I say, not as I do. But be gentle. There's something to be said about the warmth of your finger helping any product, as long as you're gentle. Again, this eye now has 2 very thin layers, and this eye, absolutely nothing. No concealer, nothing. Just tired Rebecca. All right, since we have this side done, let's go ahead and try this as a little bit almost of a highlighter. Let's go ahead and just kind of put it up here. This likes to dot, probably because of the tip, and it is a nice cool tip. Let's put it there, and let's put it a little bit here. Let's maybe even put it a little bit on this side of the nose. We'll just do the whole nose. Okay, that is a little interesting. It's different to work that tip. It doesn't hold the product like, say, a doe foot really would. Okay, so I'm just kind of trying to brighten with this in place of a highlighter. I could have used my new Rare highlighter that just came out the other day, but I wanted to see what this would do just as a brightener. Okay, so again, we have 2 thin layers here under the eye and no concealer, and then I've used it to brighten just on this side of the face. This side of the face has nothing around the eyes other than some eye makeup and some Rare Beauty skin tint. There's nothing in the way on this side of the face of concealer or brightener. All right, I'm now going to speed it up and let's do the other side. Okay, there's the whole face finished. Do my eyes look brighter and wide awake? Let me tell you, I am not wide awake. So if I look wide awake, then I guess we just owe it to the Rare Beauty Positive Light Under Eye Brightener. It would not be to sleep, let me tell you that. So let me ask you what you guys think. Now you've seen one side and then the other, and now both together. This is very comfortable. It's very light. The applicator is very cooling. It's a tad bit frustrating because you got to dip a lot. It's a metal applicator, so it doesn't suck in and hold the product the way a normal doe foot would. And so getting used to that is a little bit different, to be honest with you, but it's not a big deal. I just wanted to point it out. It appears to build up quite nicely. I don't feel it caking, and I don't see it at this point sinking into lines. Now, it is the morning, and I have a crazy busy day today, so I won't be able to edit this or get this released until later afternoon. So I will put right here below how this lasted and if it began to cake, so you can read it along with me right now. But for now, barring any issues, it does feel like a nice brightening product, and I can see that it definitely brightens here too. If you would like a less of a highlighty look than, you know, say our traditional pearlized highlighters, that definitely adds a brightening and a lifting to my face without really, really crazy looking highlighter. So it is nice for a day when it's kind of a no makeup day and you just want to look refreshed and you want to look like your face is lifted and pretty. Would this work around the nose area? Well, if you want, we can give it a try. I certainly have a little bit of a red nose. I don't really think, as being a radiant product, I'm not really sure it's the perfect place for it, but let's just give it a try. Sometimes radiance is pretty. I think that works. you know, it's a bit radiant. I don't know. Does that work? Does it brighten the nose? Do we need brightening right there? In my opinion, I would definitely save it for around the eyes and areas that you want to lift. Hey, but in a pinch, it did work. I would probably do concealer around the nose, but in a pinch, I do think that worked. This will be in wider release extremely soon in the next week or so, and I will have it linked below so that you can get a hold of it. I think for those of you that really want to get rid of those holiday tired eyes, and then soon to be beginning of the year tired eyes, this could be a very good product, especially if it wore well. I kind of have a good feeling about this one, though. I really do. All right, let me know your thoughts. Were you able to get it in this limited, quick preview release like I did? And what shade do you get? And have you received yours? And what do you think? We got a lot to talk about. That's what makes us a community. Definitely give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this channel so we can grow into the new year, and come by and say a big hello over on Instagram and TikTok too. Remember that you can help support this channel by giving super thanks or by becoming a member for behind the scenes footage and special members only lives. If nothing else, I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.